So I've been feeling like extremely pale in all my videos lately. So I put on these like ring light covers. This like gives them more of like a warm vibe. But now I feel like I look orange. Yeah, I think it's too orange. I just can't like look natural. I either look like Casper or like a lobster that's been spray tanned. Okay. I'm gonna switch it back. I can't. I think I'd rather be pasty. Okay. Whew. Takes me forever to like get ready to film. Okay guys, so I'm wearing a different kind of look today. I used my really tiny curling iron to get these little mini spirals, and I'm wearing purple lipstick. I don't know what came over me, maybe because I'm excited to film this video with you guys, which, let me tell you, it is about my palette collection. So this is totally a fun video to do. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I've just never gotten around to it. So guys, before we get into my palette collection, if you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be awesome. And please subscribe and join the Six Lipsticks family if you want to watch more videos. I would love to get to interact with you guys, leave comments below, yada yada. Let's move on. Okay, so I really started getting into makeup about 2 years ago. I've always worn makeup, but I reached a point in my life when I was like 25 that I was like, 25, 26, somewhere around there, that I was like, okay, like I'm getting boring, like I'm not trying as hard, and I really just started like exploring other brands, and before I knew it, I've like become obsessed, and I just love coming up with new looks and trying out new palettes, all that sort of stuff. So in the 2 years that I've been really into makeup, I have accumulated 15 makeup palettes, well, eyeshadow palettes. I have other palettes like blush, highlighter, stuff like that that I did not include. This is strictly eyeshadow, so let's get on with it. We'll start with number 15, least favorite to my favorite. Okay guys, so my least favorite palette that I own is the Lorac Brunch palette. This is a pastel palette that I actually did a lookbook on in the spring. I bought it in the spring because I thought it would be perfect. Unfortunately, I am having a lot of trouble getting these shadows to show on my lid. They're extremely light. I think I may try and get like a white eyeshadow base and see if that is a little better. But I haven't sold this palette or got rid of it because of one freaking shade in this palette that I just freaking love. And it is the gluten-free white. And it is like the best like brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight on my eye that I've used. And for that reason, it's still in my collection. I'm not sure if you guys can even really see that. And you're probably just like, oh, it's just white. But it's like this really white, shimmery, pretty color. I don't know, maybe I should get rid of it. It's just one shade, and I could use like a white highlighter color from one of my other palettes, like from my highlighting palettes. Number 14 is the Subculture palette. So guys, I feel like these shades are gorgeous, and I was totally hyped to get this palette. However, as most of you have heard that, you know, follow social media and all that jazz, that this bad boy is proving very difficult to create looks with. So I think I do have it down how to use this palette, but it's very meticulous, time consuming, and I'm applying my eyeshadow and realizing that like I'm not having fun and that this is like a major chore trying to put on this palette. So yes, I can come up with some pretty looks with this palette, but it's very difficult and it's just not fun to work with. Number 13 is the Galaxy Chic palette by BH Cosmetics. This palette looks pretty freaking sweet. The only bad thing I have to say about this palette, I don't even have really anything bad to say about the actual formula and like the pigment fallout, anything like that. Well, there is a little bit of fallout associated with this palette, I guess, but my real reason for it being number 13 is because I'm not really a huge like metallics eyeshadow person. Like, and the thing is, all this palette is metallics. I mean, I don't know, like I rarely reach for this palette. Number 12, I literally just got this and I may bump it up on my list maybe in a month or two, but like I just feel like, okay, first off, the packaging is gorgeous, but take a look inside. I do kind of feel like this is just very basic colors. It's kind of like just a little boring to me. And I feel like I can get most of these neutral shades like in a more like fun palette. Number 11, I have barely used this palette at all, so I feel bad even putting it in this list. I was thinking about not putting it in the list. But is the Vice Urban Decay palette. And I have no clue which one this is because actually Kayla gave this to me for babysitting her kid. But yeah, these are definitely some fun colors. It's not a palette I would reach for every day, but I feel like if I was going to do some fun look with you guys, I definitely would grab this palette. Just looking at those colors, I feel like I want to create a look with this soon because they're so gorgeous. Okay, so we've reached our top 10. So number 10 is the Tarteist Pro. I don't know, guys. Like, I wanted this for Christmas last year so bad, but like since I've used it, I just feel like it's just kind of like a blood palette to me. I don't know why, because the colors in here look gorgeous. I made myself use it the past week and I thought the look turned out fine. I don't get super excited about my looks with this. I've never come up with a look that I'm just like, that's amazing. And number 9 is the BH Foil Eyes Palette. This actually also was given to me by Kayla that she didn't want anymore, which I gladly accepted. This again is all metallics. But I feel like the difference between this and the Galaxy Chic palette by BH is that it has like some more neutral shades over here to work with into these like fun shades. And I just feel like they blend together a little better. But anyways, yeah. On to number 8 is the Naked Urban Decay Smoky palette. I wasn't actually planning on getting this, but it was half off on Ulta a few months back. All the Naked palettes, well, this is actually my only Naked palette, but from what I've heard is like all the Naked palettes, including this one, have great formula, like they blend together, like you can come up with looks very easily. But the only reason that it isn't as high on my list is because like I don't wear like super dark colors like that. Okay guys, and number 7 is the Too Faced Natural Love palette. I did get this one for my birthday this year because the shades looked amazing. This palette, I've created a few looks with this. I actually did do a lookbook on this, and after the lookbook, I was so frustrated when I made that video for you guys because like I was getting fallout everywhere. I had to keep cleaning off my cheeks. Like, I'm actually redoing the way I do lookbooks now. I'll talk to you guys about that later, like in another video. But after that lookbook, I was like, I cannot touch this palette for a while because the fallout is horrible. The shades are beautiful, but I think it's about time I start reaching for this palette again and give it a second chance though, because it's just gorgeous. Even the outside of it's beautiful, and that's why I still kind of have it up higher on my list. Number 6, guys, is the Lorac Gold palette, unzipped, whatever, zipped, something. The Unzipped Gold Eyeshadow Palette by Lorac. Okay. So this bad boy I got at the last Ulta, is it 21 Days of Beauty I think it's called? Yeah, I got this then. It was half off because I'm a VIP with Ulta. And here's these gorgeous shades. I feel like this is a really nice palette, but by itself, I feel like I always have to add like another eyeshadow palette when I'm creating looks with this because you just have a bunch of metals and then you have like some like 4 different shades of brown. The metals are gorgeous looking, but by themselves, like I just can't create a whole look with this palette. So we're down to our top 5 palettes, and these 5 palettes I freaking love right now. Like, right at this 5 marker, like everything up is just like, it really is stuff that I reach for all the time that I love. So number 5 is a Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. Brittany actually got this for me for my birthday this year, and like honestly, when they came out with this, I just thought like, oh, like another like cute name, cute idea to get people to buy this. Like, you know, I don't need it. It's a smaller palette. But let me tell you something. The looks I've come up with this are like, I freaking like love them. Like, it's one of those palettes you think you're going to come up with a simple look, just like an everyday look, and you end up looking bomb. So that's how I feel about this. Number 4, and maybe I shouldn't have this on number 4 already, being that I've used it literally one time. I just got this in the mail last week, is the Tarte Dream Big palette, but I just love the look I came up with this. I will say it's hard to open. Ugh. So yeah, I've used this once, but I'm loving it, and probably like I've been itching to use it again, but I've been trying to come up with like a subculture lookbook, and I recently got that Rainforest of the Sea palette in my BoxyCharm. I've been using other stuff, but let me tell you, this week for work, I'm going to be like using this bad boy up. Top 3, guys. This next one has so much sentimental value. So I told you I started really getting into makeup 2 years ago, and this is my first high-end palette. Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons. It's so cute. And wait till you see the inside. These ones definitely are dented in some. I don't know if you can even tell in the close-up. I haven't reached pan on any of my eyeshadow palettes, but the Molasses Chip shade in this palette, I just freaking love. And the Cafe au Lait. I'm probably saying that really wrong. But anyways, so good. So good. And it smells like chocolate. Number 2, you guys know it earned its spot. The Modern freaking Renaissance palette. Guys, and that's what makes the Subculture palette like so disappointing. It's because of this one. This palette, the colors. Okay, Brittany got this for me for Christmas last year, and I was definitely super excited, but at the same time, I was like, I didn't get this palette because of like, there's a bunch of reds. Like, can I wear red? Like, that seems, I don't know, I just felt like it was going to make me look a little like pasty and stuff, and just like, it just wasn't my shade that I used a lot. But you know, like we were filming together the one day, and I did end up using this. It was actually for our Anastasia brand of the month, and I was using this, and I just like, I was seeing angels. I can't believe how well these shadows work together and how well they blend together. Oh, I just love it. You can come up with such fun, unique looks with this palette. I can't say enough about it. My favorite shade in this palette is Primavera. And maybe Vermeer. Number 1, guys. This came into my collection fall of last year during the 21 Days of Beauty. Is the It Naturally Pretty palette. I know, like, I feel like I don't hear a lot about this palette on YouTube as well. I hear a lot about the It brand, but not this palette specifically. So, like I said, it was on the 21 Days of Beauty, and I was like, oh, it's half off. I don't have any It Cosmetics. I might as well just scoop this up, add it to the collection. Well, it is not just a filler that's just sitting around collecting dust like I thought it possibly could. Like, this, I love it so much. Honestly, the Modern Renaissance palette is a tad better formula-wise than this palette, but this palette I've been wearing as of recently, I feel like at least once a week. You can't even freaking tell, but this palette, like I literally, like, and the thing is it's perfect for work because I can throw a look together and I don't have to worry about being like, oh, this is actually turning out like crap. Like, the colors are so natural and just like, they're just perfect. I use this all the time for everyday looks. It's my go-to. It is my go-to palette. Alright guys, so that wraps up my palette collection and which ones are my favorites. I definitely am super curious to know what is your favorite palette in your collection. So please leave that down below in the comments and we'll wrap this video up, guys. So thank you so much for stopping by my channel and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!